right. This is the Raise and Glaze podcast back again. I'm Joshua Glazer,
I'm Leo Rayon.
and we are now looking at one of the most interesting teams, the Colts.
The Colts.
They weren't good last year, mostly because of injuries and mostly because Andrew Luck decided to say peace and go read a book somewhere or whatever he's doing, learning to get another degree because he's smart. They were 7-9 last year. They were third in offense, second in defense in the division. They're an interesting case because they have a lot of pieces. They have a system together. They know exactly who they are. Mm-hmm. They added a veteran quarterback, so they're obviously in win-now mode.
Yep.
They've picked at 34, 44, and 75, so they're able to probably get two guys that can really help right away. I kind of put down in my notes that they kind of need to take the whole finish carpenter approach, where they need to kind of fine tune a couple of things because they kind of have a good stereotype of what they need in each player. Their safeties are pretty good. Their slot corners elite. Mm-hmm. Outside corners aren't as important because it's a cover 2 scheme. They need to add just more speed on the defense and more speed on the line. Specifically, what do you see, Leo?
From their team,
for last year, what did you see coming into this year?
Coming into this year, I mean, it's hard to say. Like, I feel like they have a team to where, like, if they like, I mean, I kind of see them similar to how I see the Titans. You know what I mean? It's like if they're running the ball, like, I mean, they could be a problem. You know what I mean? I think it's like you said, their corners are kind of shady sometimes, and you know what I mean, everyone outside of Darius Leonard and Kenny Moore like can kind of be kind of like hit or miss given the game and parts of the game. You know what I mean?
Or Malik Hooker.
Malik Hooker, yeah. I like Malik Hooker. He's good, but I mean, like, yeah. So everybody else on that defense is kind of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But they're still effective, which is interesting. It means they're really good at identifying who they need for their scheme to succeed.
Right.
And they were able to kind of cobble together. Now they have a guy like DeForest Buckner, who they gave up their first-round pick for. So he's going to allow them to kind of rush for if they can add. They have Justin Houston. They have him. They have, I think they still have Autry at D-tackle. So they got some guys inside, and they've got one guy who's older. But I think they really need to replace edge. They need to go after a guy like Greenard or Lewis, like we spoke about in previous episodes, from Florida and Alabama, respectively. And I see they cut Pierre Desir, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but they cut him. He signed with the Jets. They can definitely upgrade there. I could see them going for a playmaker like Bryce Hall out of Virginia or Trayvon Diggs out of Alabama, or even a guy like A.J. Terrell out of Clemson. Right. That probably is their first pick, or who knows? I mean, they could go receiver. That's kind of but that doesn't really fit their approach usually. They usually go for higher value guys that are more rare, like a corner, or they've gone a lot offensive line early, but their offensive line is pretty set. So I've seen corner, I've seen edge they need, and then they definitely need to replace Eric Ebron. He was a big part of their offense.
Yeah.
He was the only real deep downfield threat they had outside of T.Y. Mm-hmm. So if T.Y. stays healthy, they can definitely ascend. And you saw how good they were when they played. We had that great game against the Chiefs this past year, where they just like physically out dominated them, and that was without a potentially Hall of Fame quarterback like Rivers. Not that I would go for him Hall of Fame, but just like elite level guy that can really. He's gonna get them into looks that they haven't had since Luck was healthy. a couple years
Exactly,
ago.
and that's what I was saying. Yeah, man. I feel like they could be a real problem, with that run game. And I mean, like, when's the last time we've seen Phillip Rivers with a line like this? You know what I mean? Like Quentin Nelson, the best
Never.
guard in the league. You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna be able to step up in the pocket. Like, Ryan Kelly, all those guys.
He hasn't had a line like this since Darren Sproles was on the Chargers and
Yeah,
Michael Turner. Like that's how long ago it was.
it's been a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I have them going 10-6, 11-5. I have them probably winning the division.
Hmm.
It's going to be a toss up between them and the Titans. I lean towards trusting the Colts more because of their coaching. I think Frank
Right.
Reich and Matt Eberflus, I think his name is Eberflus, is some weird last name. Sorry, I'm
Mm-hmm.
butchering it. But Frank Reich is one of the top five to top three play callers in all of the game.
Oh,
The
true.
Eagles have not been the same ever since he left, and he was the one that called all their third down plays when they won the Super Bowl. He was
Mm-hmm.
kind of the secret sauce.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting. Phillip Rivers chose the Colts because both Reich and the offensive coordinator, I don't remember his name, but they both coached in San Diego
Mm-hmm.
together with Rivers. So there's a really good communication there.
Mm-hmm.
It's really going to, I mean, they were so beat up last year. It's going to come down to health.
Right. Yeah, true. Yeah. And I picked the Titans to win, but I mean I could easily see them like winning. I could see them going 12-4. I mean their line is just crazy, bro. You know what I mean? So it's just like a perfect fit between them and Rivers, and I mean we'll see what happens. But yeah, I agree with you. I think that they need to get another tight end, man, because Eric Ebron, man, like he was playing his ass off the past couple of years.
Yeah.
So
And it was surprised he didn't get paid a year ago.
yeah,
With how
yeah,
he did 2 years ago, it was interesting. I don't remember what contract he got. I don't know if he got paid this year either. I think there may be some I don't know, character concerns, but just mental makeup issues with him that teams don't want to commit.
yeah.
Hey, that's not their problem anymore. I could see them also going through the process. Hey, there's no elite, there's no real elite, what's the word, tight ends in this class that really say, oh, we're going to put him on the field and we're going to turn him into a freak. Maybe if they draft a guy like Copeland out of Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
Is that his name, Copeland? I believe
Yeah,
the guy who ran really fast.
yeah, the
Yeah,
big
if they
dude.
want
Yeah.
to move him to tight end or take another receiver and move him to tight end, because they've done that before with basketball players, like Mo Alley Cox, I believe, was a basketball player.
Yeah, true.
Um, but they really just need another weapon that they can affect the safeties just enough that they can still run the ball. Because everything comes back to Marlon Mack and their ability to just get behind the big nasties and just run
people down.
run people into submission. Basically, is their and they'll do better now because they have a quarterback that actually has to be respected. I mean, not the. I hate to do this to Jacoby Brissett, but he had some trouble towards the end of the year
Yeah.
where he
Well,
was not.
he was hurt too.
Yeah, and he was hurt, correct, and he's also never been a great downfield passer.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of need that guy who can just chuck and duck. As people say, and I don't know who the people are that say it, but they say it. Someone that can actually complete a deep ball, because you don't have that in a play action offense, then you're not gonna be able to run quite as effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of where we see the Colts. Yeah, that's about it. They just more speed, more speed. They're not the fastest team. So the more speed they can add everywhere, the better. I think that's one of their issues is if their technique is off at all, they get exposed. And I saw that in the Saints game where they were beat up and guys weren't prepared because they were injured and there were new guys playing. And it wasn't bad. It was rough. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's what we got for the Colts. Anything to add, Leo?
Nah, man. I think it's gonna be a very tight division. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to see how they perform, and I'm excited to see what Phillip Rivers can do in that offense. So yeah, man.
All right. Well, this is Glaze, and
I'm Rays.
And it was a pleasure talking with y'all today. We'll be back for the woeful Jags, kind of get into that mess and try to give the fans a little bit of hope that they might be able to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Little Minshew mania, but check us out, subscribe, like the video, give us feedback, anything you guys see, and y'all have a great day.
All right, y'all. Peace.